Went really, really well. We had over 60 people stay with me for 2.5 hours. It was amazing. And at the very end, we stayed for another hour and I took a bunch of questions in the chat and it was really lovely. And one of the questions, well, I'm going to share all the questions with you as individual videos. And so I'm excited about that. There's going to be a series of 4 or 5 videos of little snippets of things that I said during the questions. And then I'm going to be releasing the whole workshop, the whole 2.5 hours, although it'll be a little shorter than that, as a separate replay video that you'll be able to get to watch. Anyway, so today's question was, or this question that I'm releasing now, was actually about getting kids into the car seat. How do I get kids into the car seat without using force? Vivek, you're always saying don't use force and don't use coercion, but then I want to get them into the car seat and they won't get into the car seat. What do I do? So, so I answer the question basically, and their kid is resisting and straightening their body and won't go in, and it's really hard, and they don't know what to do, but sometimes they gotta go. How do I deal with the situation? So here's my answer. All right, so a couple of things. So one is to try and do some work to changing the relationship to the car seat. So one of the ways to do that is to either buy a car seat, like a used one at the thrift store or something, or ask for a used car seat on. You can get like ask for free stuff on Facebook. Does anyone have one they're giving away? Just a car seat that it doesn't have to be safe, and you bring it in the house and you make it part of play. So it becomes part of imagination games. You can strap the dolls into it. You can just have it around as part of the play. It becomes more familiar. It becomes more something they have a connection to. You can use it as part of building a structure, maybe, or whatever. You have to be creative around it, right? Find different ways to play with it. You can move it from room to room. Your kid can eat out of it sometimes, watch TV. If you know how to do and undo your car seat from the car easily, you can even bring that one in sometimes too for the same reason, to help them get used to it. If it is easy to set up, maybe they can get into it in the house and you can carry them in the seat out. If you can bring the seat in, or if you can get one that's similar, you can do role plays, practicing going on a drive together. You can take 4 chairs and make them a car, put them in the living room, and then the car seat in the back, and then practice buckling in. So that's another one. So that's all in the home stuff. Another thing is to go to the car with the intention of getting in the car seat when you don't have to go anywhere. You're just going to go for a drive. So there's really no pressure. And then all the practice can be there. All the fun can be there. And if you don't go, you don't go. And there's no pressure. You won't have that pressure inside yourself that point of no return is coming where you have to force. And they won't experience it either. Maybe it'll take an hour and then just drive around the block, go get an ice cream and come home. Because then the association will be much more gentle and you'll have much more time to slowly slowly build an association with it. Because right now, the association with the car seat is struggle. And the association is not only intellectual, it's in the nervous system, it's in the body, physically, right? And it's in the emotions, and it's in the relationship with you. So there's like a lot that goes into this car seat. Again, the iceberg, right? So I want to deal with all the things under the iceberg than just the surface of it. And another thing, of course, is empathy. I have a great story about car seat empathy. So back in 2018, in December, I was in San Diego doing a parenting workshop. And one of the things I do, even though I'm not doing it right now, of course, because of COVID, but I'll probably do it again once COVID is, we're past COVID and things are changing. But one of the things that I have done in the past is live-in coaching with parents. So I'll actually go to a family, move in with them, and stay with them for like a week or two, and do morning to night coaching. It's very intense. Everyone's exhausted by the end. And then we end with a public parenting workshop. So the person who invites me in, I come in, and then they also part of the whole system is the structure is that they set up a public workshop and invite people at the same time. And so I really like that because we get to go deep and at the same time do a public workshop at the same time. And so when I was back in 2018, the family that I was staying with in San Diego, at one point we were out somewhere. We had gone to a children's museum or something. And when we came back, we were getting in the car in the parking garage to come back. And the 1-year-old would not get into the car seat, screaming and straightening out their body, just wouldn't do it. And the dad was trying everything that he could think of. So I said, okay, let me have a try. And so I took the kid into my arms and I said to him, listen, kiddo, you do not have to get into that car seat because I can see you really don't want to get into that car seat. And I am not going to force you into that car seat. Let me just say, I'm not saying you should do this exact thing, but I just want to give you the story. You do not have to. I am not going to force you into that car seat. And even if it takes an hour, we'll just play around. You don't have to get into the car seat. It's totally fine because I love you and I care about you. And I had him really close in my face, right? And I'd say, you're so wonderful. And I don't want to force you, things like that. And as I'm talking to him like that and really validating him, he starts to relax. As soon as I felt him relax, I said, you don't have to get into the car seat. It's not a problem. It's really okay. And as I was saying that, I started to put him in the car seat. I said, I totally want to be here for you. And if the buckles bother you, you don't have to put on the buckles. And I started putting on the buckles and he let me buckle him in and he was just fine. And I gave him a toy and I gave him a cookie and he was fine. And the whole procedure took I'm going to say a minute and a half. And dad was just staring at me like I was from another planet. This is one of those moments I'll never forget. I even put it in my notes. Remember to tell the story of the car seat. And I forgot. So I'm glad you asked this question. And because the whole thing we flipped on its head, right? I went to the emotions. I went to the relationship. I did not deal with the surface and the whole thing changed. So there's a few different ideas for you around the car seat. So thanks for listening, everybody. I appreciate you. Please follow me on social media, Meaningful Ideas on Facebook, where I do most of my writing, and I go live all the time. Meaningful Ideas on YouTube, where I have over 70 videos and more coming all the time. And also on Instagram, where Alanis Morissette shared one of my parenting sayings. And yeah, I'm also on Twitter, but I'm never on Twitter. And you can also check out my website, which is terrible, but I'm working on it. And that is meaningfulideas.com. So it's Meaningful Ideas everywhere. And that's it.